Hey, you guys, Goddess Intuition here. I hope you all are doing fabulous, honey, because I am. So, let's have a discussion. I wanted to talk about manipulators and sociopath, narcissistic individuals, and I want to reference the movie Grace, the Tyler Perry film. A lot of people been talking about that film and saying like, "Oh, I would have did this," and oh, this and that, But I think people are really missing the big picture here. Um, the guy, obviously, he was a textbook narcissist first and foremost. Um, I would even go as further to say that he was a sociopath. Okay. Um, and that leads me to say you have to really be mindful of who you are and where you are right now. Whether it's your emotions, your feelings, what you've been feeling, you have to make peace with your past. You have to just be overall in a state of awareness of self and a state of knowing, you know what I'm saying? And you have to be in tune with your reality. You have to be, um, again, aware of what's really going on because we can go down a whole list and say like, oh, there was this reason why she attracted this man in her life and yada yada yada. But let's just be honest with ourselves. At some point, I believe we all will deal with some kind of narcissist, whether it's a covert or overt narcissist, um, what have you, right? We all know somebody that we had to, look at like, okay, let me remove myself from this situation. And I think that it's a misfortune when things take place in our lives and we are not able to be the same. What I mean by the same is like see the world as like this beautiful place and people, everybody just want to be loved, everybody just want to live a great life and have a great career and a family. It's not like that. And I believe that you know it shatters our reality to know that just think about like as a child and then on up in age. It's heartbreaking to know that one day you're gonna deal with somebody that is unhealthy. That's just like a child just born here, they don't know that their parents are if they have any parents that are dysfunctional or if they have any family that are dysfunctional. They're just born here, and it's the same thing when you have honest, genuine people, loving people, people that are like empaths, right? Out here in the world, they just want to be happy, they want to do right. Just genuine loving people. And it shatters the reality of so many because we have to understand that we live in a world that is not kind. As hard as it may accept, as hard as it is to accept, it's not like that. And we have to really be aware. And I believe we go through a number of things just to expand our experience here. It's to help others, to teach others, and to just share our story with the world, right? However, you have some people that will continue the cycle, and it's like, okay, um, you have to be able to recognize certain things. You have to be able to recognize certain patterns. Um, Even so much as a conversation, listen to what a person say, the words that's coming out of their mouths, their actions, how they're treating others, because it makes a big difference, you guys. And I'm glad that it's a big discussion about narcissism, sociopathic people, just overall mental, stability, mental health, being aware of who you are and your surroundings and other people. I'm glad that this conversation is going on because unfortunately, it's a lot of people that never they have never been taught this information before, and they go out there in the world thinking that they're going to have this beautiful experiences, going off to college and meeting other people and just being who they are, and that becomes shattered, and for empaths it's really really difficult, because of the energy, that we feel, and um the sensitivity of our emotions and the emotions of others, our surroundings, environment, and it's like you have to dig deep, dig deep and really discover who you are, because yes, most of us, we get on a path of self discovery because of us going through something very traumatic or something that has, taken place in our lives, right? But let's just say if we didn't have to go through any of those things. I mean, I'm not saying that we don't have to go through anything, but what I'm saying is you don't have to continue the path of the spiral downward, going through this and going through that, and it's a lot. And it's like, I personally believe that it alters certain people's characteristics. And what I mean is, it's like they will begin to take on the other characteristics of the other person, right? Which can be narcissistic, which can be um, very foul in its own nature. And it's like, it's not a bad thing that you've loved someone before. It's not a bad thing that you've considered someone to be your friend. It's not a bad thing to have, accepted someone. But this is where the learning process begins. You have to be careful with just giving your trust and giving your love away, and just allowing others to take advantage of you, manipulators, for one. Narcissistic people are very great at lying and manipulating, and making up stories, and it can be very very difficult for individuals. It'll cause some people to snap, just like in the movie Grace. It'll cause some people to totally lose themselves, and that's what you don't want to do. When you're dealing with people, you want to be able to be level-headed, and again, your emotion has to be intact. This is why you have to constantly check in, and be aware of how you're feeling. Even though you can be, okay, let's say this, you can have known a person for 10, 20 years, and the 22nd year of y'all friendship, you notice something different about them. You're going to battle yourself, because you feel like, well, I've been knowing this person for so long, and of course, they'll never do this and that, and whatever. So you're going to be a little bit more lenient with them. You're going to be like, well, they're probably going through some things, or you know you're going to not want to see, or even ask yourself this question: is it a possibility that this person is manipulating me in some kind of way, because they're acting different? I've never seen them like this before. They've always had a great sense of character. They always have been, this person that I've known, or at least I thought that I knew. And it shatters a lot of people, and it makes people angry. It makes people bitter. It makes people want to snap, because they feel like, okay, you've been playing with me for so long. I don't even know who you are anymore. I don't even know who I am anymore in this situation. And that will make a person literally, like, you know, and